Hi guys and welcome to today's video. Today I am sharing an Empties. I mentioned in my last Empties, which was at the beginning of the year, that I would really like to film these quarterly. I feel like we're a little bit over quarterly, but weirdly I feel like I haven't really finished that much in the last 3 months. Wait, maybe, I don't know when my last one was. I'm going to link it down below, but maybe it was at the beginning of the year. Maybe I said I wanted to film them twice a year, every half. Maybe that makes more sense. I'm actually not sure. But today I am here sharing my Empties. It's actually not really that much. I can't remember how long it's been, but it doesn't feel like I've got that much in here. I also don't have any makeup. I really feel like this year I've worn almost no makeup. I feel like I maybe wear makeup once or twice a week, which seems crazy. And honestly, I don't really have a reason. It's just kind of worked out that way. But I do have a lot of hair care, some body care, and a fair amount of skincare in here. So let's get started. I'm not gonna go in any order. I'm just gonna pick up whatever comes out. Firstly, we are going to start with this Jason. I'm assuming because it's got two little accents. Oh, two accents in different letters. Jason? That's what I'm gonna go with, Jason. Could be completely wrong, but I have no other idea how to pronounce it. The Jason Pampering Himalayan Pink Salt Bath Wash and Foaming Bath Soap. I had this for quite a while. As you can see, it's quite big. It's just under 900 ml. Love that it's got a pump. I'm a bit unsure as to whether I enjoyed using this. Kind of in two camps. It was an okay product. It wasn't my absolute favourite. I feel like I didn't love the scent. It's got this weird, like, it's got an unusual scent. I really can't describe it. I guess it smells of Himalayan salt, but have you ever smelled Himalayan salt? Because although I use it, I've not really ever gone out my way to smell it, but I assume that's what this smells like. I love the pump. I don't know if it's the most like eco-friendly, but I really do like the pump. It does say that this is a 100% recycled bottle, but whether the pump is, I don't know. This is £15, which for a shower gel seems quite expensive, but this is a big shower gel. And I'm gonna say I quite enjoyed having a big one because it means that you know what you're using for the next couple of, maybe the next month or so. I don't know how long it's lasted. It seemed like it lasted a long time. It definitely lasted way more than any other shower gel because of the size. And I think actually I really enjoyed that. They have lots of other scents. I think I've tried the aloe vera one before as well, but I didn't necessarily love that either. They're quite unusual and quite like natural scents. I'm assuming there'll be one out there that I really enjoy, but kind of in two camps about this. If I was sent it again, I would definitely use it. If it was only one in the store, I would buy it, but I feel like I'm kind of more tempted to get something a little bit more exciting than this. And by exciting, I probably mean like more artificial smelling, but I did enjoy the pump. It was a nice product, and I enjoyed not having to change my shower gel every couple of weeks. Because the size of this one just meant that it really did last a long time. We'll stay with body and shower. This is the Soap & Glory Peach Please Body Scrub. If you've seen any of my Empties before, you know that I really do like a Soap & Glory body scrub. And this is the Peach Please scent. Really like this scent. Probably not my favourite Soap & Glory body scrub. I always say this, but their breakfast scrub is, in my opinion, the most scrubby and therefore my favourite. But I really enjoyed using this, for sure. It's just like if I was to go into store, I would probably pick up the breakfast scrub, although I did really enjoy the scent of this. But generally I do really rate Soap & Glory scrubs. I also finished, this feels like quite a while ago, but I also finished the Hum Glow Sweet Glow vitamins. These are hyaluronic acid, vitamin C and vitamin E gummies. They taste very good, and honestly I really enjoy taking these. Actually, as far as like skin vitamins go, I would say I really enjoyed this. I have one on my desk, which is a collagen supplement. Oh, I really did not enjoy it. I don't think I'm gonna manage to drink them. I'm gonna give them to my mum. But this one, I think, it's not collagen, but I think my skin does look glowier when I take these, and they taste delicious. So I'm a big fan of these, but I'm kind of, at the moment I'm trying to use up other vitamins that I've got. Otherwise I would be very tempted to buy this, and I am very tempted to buy these. We'll go on to hair, because I've got quite a lot of hair stuff, but honestly nothing has really wowed me. Firstly, the Function of Beauty. This is their straight hair shampoo. They come with like little boosters which you add to it. I didn't love this. I had the volume booster. Maybe I had 2 volume boosters in here. I don't necessarily think it really added that much volume, and I found it a little bit drying, so not my favourite. Then I had the Elvive Hydra Hyaluronic Wonder Water and Moisture Boosting Shampoo. I liked the shampoo. I did not get on with the Wonder Water. this is the conditioner, and honestly it's just weird. I feel like neither I nor Mike kind of understood it. Essentially you use a fair amount of it to hydrate your hair. I didn't find that it hydrated my hair any more than a conditioner, maybe even slightly less. I do weirdly like the smell of this. I don't know if that's normal or not, but I didn't like the texture, I didn't like the application. I love L'Oreal Elvive, but this one, the water, not for me. It feels like it should be for me because I have quite fine hair, my ends are a little bit dry, and this should be like very lightweight, but I just felt that it didn't offer me the hydration that I needed. It didn't give me the same sort of finish that I would get from a conditioner, so I wouldn't repurchase that. Would probably repurchase the shampoo as long as they do have another like standard cream conditioner in the range that I could purchase instead. A few shampoos. Chlorine dry hair shampoo. This was okay. It's not necessarily memorable. Head and Shoulders Derma Pro Scalp Care. Typically I don't necessarily love Head and Shoulders, but this was okay. I didn't find it too stripping, which I think is often the fear with Head and Shoulders. It does say it's got coconut milk, aloe vera and vitamin E. You know what, I probably wouldn't be against purchasing this one actually. If I was in the supermarket and this wasn't a very expensive shampoo, I would consider going for it. And then also the Charles Worthington Moisture Seal Shampoo Conditioner. Again, I really feel like I'm on a quest to find a good shampoo and conditioner, and this probably isn't it. It was fine, but I didn't love it. And then my final hair product, before we move on to a couple of skincare bits, is the Batiste Naturally 100% Natural Extract Extra Lift for Fine Hair Dry Shampoo. Can I say that I really didn't like this when I first tried it? I thought it's really not a dry shampoo in the same way that a standard Batiste dry shampoo is. It's not like as powdery. It doesn't really absorb as much of the oils in my opinion, but I really enjoyed using this. If my hair just needed a little bit of a boost, this works really well. Doesn't leave you that white powdery finish, but still adds a bit of like grit and texture, which if you have fine hair like I do, sometimes that's all you really need. I would repurchase this. I've got one actually in my cupboard. I need this at different times than I need a standard Batiste dry shampoo. I feel like kind of on the day of washing it, if I just kind of want to add a bit of volume, this works very, very well, and I take back all my negative feelings towards it, which I feel like I may have shared in my last video, in my last empties. And then 5 skincare bits. This is quite a small, short empties in my opinion. We'll start with a classic. This is the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. Love this product. This one came in like a special Christmas set, which is why it hasn't got the typical silver lid, but I even like the smell of this. It really smells like sparry, removes makeup really very well, even eyeliner, mascara, and I just enjoyed this product. I enjoy the process of removing my makeup with it. I enjoy the flannel. I really just enjoy most balm cleansers, but this one probably is one of the more elite ones in my opinion. If you've got a little bit of extra money to spend and you're looking for a slightly higher end one, then I would treat myself and go for the Elemis. There's a few other ones I like. I really like the Omavitska Cleansing Balm, love that. But this is definitely like top 5, but I feel like the top 5, there's really nothing in it. They're just really great products. Then the Bliss Bright Ideas Vitamin C Tripeptide Serum. I actually really enjoyed this. Sometimes I feel like vitamin C's can be a little bit sticky. This wasn't. I didn't necessarily find it quite as brightening as some of my other vitamin C's, but I feel like there's a real spectrum when it comes to vitamin C's. There's really good ones, really bad ones. This one, if I had to put it on an actual spectrum, I'd probably give it about a 7.5 out of 10, which I don't think is bad at all. It's finished. I don't want to try and get some more out. It's in opaque packaging, which I quite like. It's got quite an unusual smell, I would say, but I did really enjoy it. I would repurchase it. I did quite enjoy using it. Something that I've only kind of recently started doing and which I'm really, really enjoying is adding a spritz after my cleanser and before anything else basically. I think if you have quite dry skin, which I definitely do, adding like a moisture after cleansing but before applying like a tonic or a serum is a really, really great idea. Even just applying actual water helps. I find that spritzes are an easy and great way to do it, but obviously much more expensive than just putting water on your face. But I do like this Event Thermal Spring Water. I think I would probably purchase this, to be honest. Not necessarily as an essential, but you know, sometimes you see like a little mini on the side when you're in a shop and you're like, oh yeah, I want that. I feel like I like this enough to kind of pick it up. It's a nice one in the summer if you just want to spritz over your face, if you're like by the pool or something, but honestly, probably not something I do very often. I use this mainly as a skincare step after my cleanser and before any other skincare products. But I really find that my skin looks much more hydrated when I use this. I have replaced this now for the Quarterly Spritz, which I also really like, but I think that this one's slightly cheaper and I do really like it. Then I have the Omavitska Instant Perfection Serum. This is nice, but this is expensive and I don't necessarily think it's worth the money. I'm not actually too sure what's in it. I think it's probably like a hyaluronic acid. I love Omavitska, but I'm not overly wowed by this product, I would say. Again, it is a good one, but whether I think the money warrants the results, I think not here, or not even the experience, because I think like the thermal cleansing balm from Omavitska is also super expensive. There's something about it, I just think it's worth it. I absolutely love that product, whereas this one, I'm a little bit more indifferent to it, I think. Really great product, just not worth the money. And the same applies to the last product. I really, really love Tata Harper. I think it is a lovely brand, but it's so expensive. And this is their Radiance Mask. I really enjoyed using this. Every now and then I would apply it. It comes with like this little brush that you apply it with. It's almost like a kabuki. You almost like buff it into the skin. And I really did see a difference with my skin. Instantly looked more glowy. I felt that it kind of exfoliated without it being harsh. It does say it works for sensitive skin. I don't have sensitive skin, so I can't really comment on that. But I feel like this is kind of a really nice like in-between mask. It somewhat exfoliates, somewhat hydrates. It just is one of those masks that you reach for when you need a boost, which is quite often. I did actually really like this, but do I think it's worth the price? Honestly, probably not, just because it is very, very expensive. This is the 30ml. I'm not sure how expensive it is, but I'm gonna leave the price here. Lovely product. Doesn't make enough of a difference, I think, for me personally, to warrant the price. And that's the end of my empties. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was quite a quick one, I think. Let me know what you finished recently and what you are loving. I feel like I might do one of these very soon because I am going on holiday in a couple of weeks. So follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you're interested in seeing my summer content. I might post some here on YouTube, or I might disappear for a few weeks. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's the former, but I know what I'm like, so it's more likely to be the latter. But I think I will also film a holiday empties because I typically use a lot more product. Bodycare, I'm so lazy at creaming my body when I'm in the UK. When I'm abroad, I do actually cream my body. Maybe not as much as other people, but I do a little bit. Sun care, you know, those sort of bits. And also I'm taking like travel sizes, so they're much easier to finish. So do let me know if you'd like to see that. Let me know what you'd also like to see next week, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye.